from Brookline High School here just west of the great city of Boston. It's time for game 2 of our varsity basketball doubleheader. The men just finished up. The women take to the court. And Gary Frazier and myself, Mason Stumpf, are ready to call all the action here on this ASPN HD production in partnership with the Brookline Interactive Group. Well, it's senior night, Gary. It's not a long season, not at the high school level.
Right.
And for these two seniors for Brookline, in front of all their friends and family, this is a big night.
This is a big night, and the good part about that is that they're going to come out and hopefully fire up their team. Both teams are looking for their first victory, so I'm giving the advantage to Brookline High School because it is senior night, and hopefully they can make it happen.
Gigi McMahon and Steph Gravely, the two seniors for this Brookline team, just had their senior celebrations minutes ago. But now they got to get ready, get their head in the game. And as you said, when you're fighting for that win and it's your last home game as a Warrior, you got to come out like a Warrior.
You got to come out like a Warrior and just go hard to the wall. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm just looking for the energy in here to impact the game a little bit, and let's just see where we are.
Meanwhile, on the other side for Newton North, they are led by a few seniors as well, as they are just about to get ready and get introduced. They will be the road team this evening, as they have had a very difficult season themselves due to some teacher strikes. They had a number of games that they had to get canceled and are trying to make up, but you never really know now that you're in the month of February. So circumstances outside the players' control, but what they can control is how they go out there tonight.
Yeah, well, they're going to come out ready to go too. So each team has a little bit of different motivating factor, and that's going to impact the game one way or the other. So we're going to get it done. It's going to be a good show.
Before we tip this one off, we want to thank our outstanding sponsors, starting with Viking Sports and the Brookline Teen Center, something very near and dear to Mr. Frazier's heart.
Absolutely.
And, of course, the Brookline Interactive Group. Big. Everyone has their iHeart Big shirts on our staff this evening. Would not be able to put this on without them. So as Gary and I head back behind the desk, we will get ready for the opening tip. You see the Brookline starting lineup. You know you're going to see McMahon and Gravely in the starting lineup. Also see in there Olivia Matarazza, who will jump center, alongside Jada Kimbro and Nefeli Agakic. So the two seniors plus the three underclassmen in there for Brookline, which heads left to right as you view it on ASPN HD to start this one in the home whites, trimmed in red and blue. That one turned over, and Newton North gets their first offensive possession, is bringing it into the front court, and getting fouled is Maggie Scanlon. But instead, it's going to be an offensive foul on Scanlon, and we go the other way.
That's great defense. It's great transitional defense there by Brookline. I'm hoping that we're looking at Brookline probably wants to slow down the pace. I'm looking at which style is going to come out and dominate the game.
Newton North starts 4 seniors: Nadia Briggs, Helen Ruane, Maggie Scanlon, who just got called for the charge, and Eva Mesher, along with the sophomore guard Allie Danis.
Yeah, right now it's the beginning of the game. You got to get the ball in your senior's hand. Set the tone, best player, take it to the hole.
Gigi McMahon, the senior, in those bright pink shoes that you won't be able to miss.
I mean, that's her swag.
She certainly has that. As she heads back, almost traveled with it, but her teammate did end up turning the basketball over as it's brought into the front court.
They're out here man-to-man. Brookline's coming out in man-to-man. Looks like Newton North wants to execute a lot of screens.
And that is the sophomore Danis, who has the powder pink shoes, who gets fouled, and she will head to the line to shoot 3. Foul will be called against Jada Kimbro. We saw this team 2 nights ago, Brookline, right here as they took on a very difficult opposition.
That game go? Coach giving directions right now. Team locked in. In a game where neither team has won, free throws are important. Shooting fouls are important because it's free baskets.
First 2 are good. Took on Bishop Fenwick. Brookline did on Wednesday night. And Fenwick with certainly a chip on their shoulders due to the postseason ban that the entire school has this athletic year. came out hot, but Brookline certainly fought to the bitter end despite the scoreline heavily in favor of the visiting Crusaders. As a travel for the second time on that end, and for the second time in 3 nights, it's a very quick timeout from Coach Kendall Jones.
TV timeout? What's going on here?
Well, he called one inside of a minute on Wednesday. Here he waits a minute and 19 seconds. But Coach Jones, obviously someone who is familiar with the highest levels of the high school game at Tech Boston, now with a little bit of a growth project on his hands, trying to lead this Brookline team, knowing it's going to take some time. But boy, if there is a game that he feels like he can and wants to win more than any other, it's senior night tonight.
The rivalry game.
Yep. Battle over the Bay State Conference.
And you could tell he locked in with calling a timeout with a minute and 19 seconds in.
In fact, on Wednesday, he called 2 timeouts within 4 minutes.
4 minutes, so see.
So he will use them and use them quickly if he needs to communicate something to his team, as they've turned the ball over a couple of times on their first couple of possessions and trailing 2-0 with Newton North bringing it in. Man-to-man defense set up by Brookline, nearly turned over, trying to spin out of it, and it's going to be a jump ball that will keep it on this end of the floor.
That's good toughness.
Opening tip was won by Brookline, so Newton North will get the opening held ball possession arrow. They will have 28 seconds on the shot clock.
Brookline wants to close off the penetration lanes, the driving gaps a little bit, turn them into a shooting team.
Allie Dennis triggers the out of bounds. Out to the right-hand wing, Mataraza matched up man-to-man. Pass into the interior, Scanlon kicks, pump fake. Salem inside, and Wild on the shot, and down with the rebound and pushing is Jada Kimbro.
Yeah, push the pace. You got to try to get some easy baskets in a rivalry game.
Mentioned Coach Jones. On the other side, Newton North led by Todd Sundstrom. As that 3 off the mark, and out of bounds will head back toward the Tigers' direction.
That's all right. They're gonna find their rhythm, getting the jitters out, settling into the game right now. Trying to figure out each other.
Dennis got it to Mesher at the right elbow, swings around, and then that pass trying to get it back to Mesher was deflected out of bounds.
Got a box inbound set here.
They throw it outside, no look to shoot. Now Scanlon does fire, hits the heel, and caroms out to McMahon. Agakich swings it to McMahon. Kimbro and Agakich went to the same spot on the floor. Now Gravely tries to get it to the outside, does. Agakich, Gravely always has a quick trigger.
That's what you want. That's what you want. Confidence, a senior. Leave it all on the floor tonight, your last home game.
There is a poster on the boards to our left that says sharpshooter Steph.
Yeah.
And Steph Gravely gives her team the lead, and then a missed shot on the other end leads to a transition bucket by Olivia Mataraza, the co-captain.
Now that emotion's starting to come out a little bit.
2 captains on the floor, McMahon and Mataraza. Olivia Zanini is the 3rd captain. We did not see her Wednesday. But it's 5-2 Brookline after the first bucket knocked down by the Tigers. They inbound it to Salem. Scanlon, yes!
First lead of the night tonight.
Maggie Scanlon, the senior, buries the triple to knot us up at 5.
I got an early prediction. This game is gonna be close.
Which is exactly what we want. The men's game, as that one banked in off the window by Agakich, was closer than the final score indicated. It ended up being a 19-point win in favor of the Tigers, as that is not a travel. She kept her dribble and found a nice feed to a cutting Ava Salem.
More importantly, kept her hand on top of the basketball, which doesn't make it a travel or palming.
So as we approach the midpoint of the first quarter, it has not gotten beyond a 1-possession game. It's 7-all. Gravely steps to the right elbow. Agakich off the bounce, goes right and gets this help defensive block to the Tigers.
Good transitional defense here.
Quick trigger, no hesitation, not a lot of ball movement, but the three launched quickly but missed by Ruane. Third chance opportunity as Scanlon rips down the offensive rebound. Ruane inside, turning and finishing off the glass. Nice touch by Eva Mesher.
Yeah, I don't care what level you are, you give a team 2 to 3 second chance points, they're gonna score.
Nothing more important at the high school game, potentially other than free throw shooting, but offensive rebounding.
Yep. Got to limit those possessions.
Nice crossover by Kimbro. The fade!
That's a floater. That was delicious.
A little James Harden runner.
The root beer float.
That is a gorgeous shot. And she's got a high arcer as well. When she shoots it, it will almost hit the ceiling, and then it will just teardrop its way down. And after a slow start, we only had 2 points in the first 3 minutes. We now have 16 in the last 3.
Well, that's a sign. That's a sign of a talented player, knowing how to get your shot off.
Teams starting to find the basket. The kick out, another three on the way. This one left off the front rim, at least as Ruane views it, but a second chance again. And Newton North is getting second and now third chance opportunities with too much ease. Danis, another thought from Ruane. Instead, she drives to the free throw line, finds Scanlon. Danis off the dribble, gets the faux screen, pulls up at the elbow, off the left side, and it's a rebound by Brookline.
Got a chance for a fast break point here.
Agakich had the ball back tapped, corrals it out by the corner.
Swing it.
Kimbro. Jada matched up with the sophomore Danis. Kimbro, tough shot, falls away, tapped around, offensive rebound there for looked like a second, but then stripped away as Scanlon brings it the other direction. You can see Newton North, they have no problem looking for three-point shots as that one missed as she got inside the painted area. 2 minutes to go in the quarter.
That's not going to bode well for him over the stretch of the whole game, though.
Turnover, though, the other way as Brookline coughs it up. Ruane. Danis. Goes into the body of Kimbro. Tried to get it to Scanlon, but her passing angle was cut off, and a little bit of a miscommunication as the pass was intended for Mesher, but she went one the way, and Salem threw it another.
Newton North's offense is too far away from the basket right now. They're struggling to get the ball inside.
They trail 10-9 to the Tigers as nice turn, spin, but left off the front iron by Matarazza.
Push the follow, shoot that, release it. There it is.
Another quick triple in transition coming together, and I think they're going to get Newton North for it. They are, as Helen Ruane picks up her first personal.
Can you call a loose ball foul if no one has the ball? If both players are going for the basketball?
But the ball is somewhere else.
At the same time. I'm no certified ref, but
an off-ball, loose ball foul.
I would challenge that. I probably would. But you know what? Half the coaches in the NBA lose their challenges anyway. So just
more than half if you're Joe Mazzulla. I'm a Celtics fan through and through, but I do not feel confident when Mazzulla challenges calls. I'm not going to lie. Especially when he does it in the first quarter. Celtics take on the Wizards tonight. That's what I'll be listening to on my way home. As Danis crosses over on Kimbro. 45 seconds to play in the first. Ruane looks for the cutter, finds her. Hamill into the game. Hamill is triple teamed, got out of there without somehow committing 3 seconds. And they're going to say that she stepped on the end line, and it's out of bounds to Brookline.
And you'll be listening to a 30-point blowout on your way home.
I hope so. But I also know that the Celtics tend to play down to their competition.
So it looks like Kimbro here is trying to run the offense, but they can't stay in front of her, so she should be doing that all game.
There's the moonshot.
Yeah.
High arcing ball that just sinks its way through the net by barely tickling the twine. She's got 5, 10 seconds left. Newton North had the early lead. Now trail it by 3. Danis, that's a 2 if it goes. It does not. And the rebound by McMahon. They have a full court heave if they can.
Release
that
it.
is going to hit the ceiling. And Schluntz Gym gets its first block of the day as we hit the end of the first quarter. It's 12-9 to the home side, looking to pick up a huge victory on senior day for these two vets, McMahon and Gravely.
Do you think, I wonder if like when these gyms were built, like did they think about full court shots when they made the ceiling so low?
I mean, this is the state of Massachusetts. These buildings were built at least 50 years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
But they certainly weren't going to increase the ceiling height just for full court shots.
I'm just
So 12-9 the lead. You're watching Brookline basketball in partnership with the Brookline Interactive Group Big, along with this ASPN HD crew. My name is Mason Stouff. Gary Frazier to my left. Want to thank our sponsors once again, Viking Sports. Had Jake Hibbert with me 2 nights ago from Viking, and joined tonight by Brookline Teen Center's Gary Frazier.
Absolutely.
And of course, Big. Our I Heart Big shirts on. We had Tommy Vitolo of Brookline Interactive Group joining me for the men's game just a few minutes ago. Quick turnaround. That's why high school sports are fun. Don't have all the pomp and circumstance between the games. Just play the game. Senior day ceremony lasted all of about 2.5 minutes. Then we got to the game on time.
So that's going to be a problem for Newton North if they're going to stay in that man-to-man.
So sharpshooter Steph then takes it to the rack and finishes off the glass for her 5th point, and it's a 5-point lead. Gravely has been doing good things. McMahon has been a force on the glass in the defensive end as she goes for the block there, impacts the shot, and the ball knocks back itself out to Ivy Wheeler.
They're not bad shots, though. They're just not falling. But this is where they're going to have an issue right here. Spread them out. See?
Gravely with the pump fake, steps inside. Can't get the friendly bounce. Mentioned Wheeler checking into the game. She started on Wednesday against Bishop Fenwick. Gravely, though, starting on her senior night and certainly rewarding her coach with the start. That one too strong. Missed shot attempt by Nora Hamill.
It's a lot of jump shots.
Nothing but jumpers and mostly threes, which you don't see a lot at the women's game sometimes. Certainly do at the college game, but the high school game's still built from the inside out.
Depends on the level. There's a settling in here.
Well, nowadays in the era of Caitlin Clark, threes
I was just about to say
are the new normal. Speaking of threes, Hamill misses off the front rim.
Oh, good screen by Gravely. There it, took an eye off the ball.
I'll still take a healthy Paige Beckers over Caitlin Clark.
Listen, I'm a huge Beckers fan. I'm a huge Beckers fan. But those knee injuries, you know, they might be devastating to
they certainly are.
Yeah.
Just ask AZ Fudd, her best friend.
Yeah.
But there is a reason that the women's game at the WNBA level is still largely built around the big. Now, there are still some hot shot shooters, but best player on the planet is Brianna Stewart, who can shoot the 3, but is 6'4", and has the skills of a guard. Into the game is crackerjack young player in Carrie Simmons, who hit a buzzer beater on Wednesday for Brookline.
Brookline is doing
shot toilet bowls
excellent
out.
Job.
And here is Carrie Simmons, who also has that moon shot on the jumper when she takes one. Gigi McMahon, wide open 3, and the line drive by Ivy Wheeler. Swishes home. It's an 8-point edge for the Warriors. Timeout coming.
And it's an 8-0 run. Brookline is doing an excellent job here cutting off all driving lanes and any penetration to the basket.
So timeout Tigers, who led this game 5-2. Since then, a 15-4 run, including the 8-0 run that they're on now for Brookline. We saw some promising things 2 nights ago. Bishop Fenwick just too big and too strong But tonight, going up against a team a little bit more at their talent level, and they are showing that they have the shooters and the defensive ability to win basketball games. As young as they are, they're going to be here for a couple of years and are really going to grow in front of our eyes.
I actually feel like it might have flipped a little bit where Brookline might be the bigger, stronger team tonight.
So far, the combination of Gravely, McMahon, and Matarazza as the three forwards in the center have really forced Newton North to do nothing but shoot from the perimeter. And with 5:32 left in this second quarter, it is 17-9 Brookline with Newton North the sideline trigger. Trying to get it into Scanlon. They eventually do. Scanlon matched up with McMahon.
Got a nice defensive rhythm to him.
Matarazza defending out on the perimeter. The penetration cut off, though. Three again. Scanlon off the side iron, and they have gone ice cold from deep.
She should just isolate. Call a one.
McMahon for three. No. Matarazza was on the sideline when she stepped out. So that will go back to the Tigers baseline, I should say.
The Tigers need to figure out how to get some easy baskets because this defense is stifling them right now. Or their threes need to start falling.
Matarazza poked that one. McMahon went to the floor as well as Simmons comes up with it. Moonshot coming. McMahon, offensive rebound.
There's those second chance points we talked about.
Wheeler resets up top. Kimbro directs traffic.
She's going right there. There it is. Yep.
There's the crossover. Nice move. Simmons did not take the three the second time. Still have 20 seconds in the shot clock. Hoisting and missing it, though, was Kimbro on that deep right-hand corner. Scanlon.
Now you got to take that.
Instead, they take that, and it's another three and another missed three.
In a game like this is so hard. Baskets come so difficult. Like, you got to take the easy ones. Push the ball.
More than 80% of Newton North shots have been from three, as McMahon already midway to 10 boards. Nice offensive rebound, and that's going to be a foul inside.
Yeah.
And they're going to say she was going up with it. So Wheeler's going to get two shots and a chance to make this a double-digit game if she cans them both.
They're imposing their will a little bit here. But basketball is a game of runs.
Fancy dribbling at the free throw line.
9-1 rebound. You're not going to get it done like that.
This has to be one of the more unique free throw routines I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
Was the crossover in there?
The crossover.
First one was pure. The second one off left rim.
Travel.
I always say, if you call every travel in a high school game, you will never leave.
Yep.
But it's a double up early for Brookline, leading at 18-9 past the midpoint of the second quarter.
Yeah,
Wheeler.
Newton North went to a 2-1-2 zone.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
One player at the free throw line, two spread her out along the baseline, and then two high on the wing. They've got Nina Bakal, who's listed as a guard but is currently playing as the 5 in a small rotation for Newton North as that pivot person in the middle.
They trying to figure it out right now. Everybody plays every position until we figure it out.
Simmons. Eventually that ball came down into the waiting arms of a Tiger. And a quick transition look for Mesher.
Hey.
She lost it, and it's going to be last touched by Ava Mesher. And now after some early turnover problems for Brookline, it's Newton North that's coming up with empty trip far often than they are scoring. McMahon. Agakich back into the game.
Double team.
Hands off Matarazza.
Oh, that's a double dribble. They missed it.
Wheeler. Everybody around the perimeter at the moment. There's the open look. It's Agakich for three.
That was a good shot, though. Good ball movement.
Bakal lost it, and then she gets fouled by Matarazza. Only the first team foul, though, on Brookline.
The best way to let a team come back into the game when you're dominating them is to foul them.
Maggie Scanlon, one of 4, I'll say, quad captains on this Newton North team, along with Rowan Devin Burke and Eva Mesher. Scanlon.
Is that a regular term, quad captain?
Well, tetra captain, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Many captains.
Yeah, that's a lot of captains.
Oh, you could be the Brookline men whose entire team is the captain.
Oh, I
we
mean...
saw that last time. They all come to mid-court before the game to greet the officials.
I think that's a little bit of gamesmanship. Yeah.
Baseline out of bounds. Nina Bakal to inbounds. Mesher goes right at McMahon, who hasn't scored today, but has made things very difficult on the defensive end as Matarazza rejects that one at the at the shot clock buzzer.
It's hard to execute, man, when you're playing inside out. Everything's a kick out.
So 5 quick points for Newton North, but in the last now 13 minutes of action, they have scored a whopping 4 points, I should say. And they are still looking to get off the iron in this second quarter as that one whipped out. Scanlon knocks it off of a Warrior to get her team the possession back, and timeout called by Brookline.
Brookline is dominating here. It feels like, I don't know the correct stats on this, but it feels like they're at a 2-to-1 ratio on field goal attempts.
It certainly feels like, I'll say, they're absolutely 2-to-1 or better in terms of good looks.
Yeah.
Because Newton North, can't remember the last time that they didn't take a shot from inside the arc, or outside, I should say.
At this point, I can't remember the last time they took a shot, period. The last possession was a block. The one before that was a turnover. The one before that, you know?
High school games aren't always pretty. Brookline wants a win. They do not care how they get it.
At all. If they stay the course here, though, to keep playing this for the rest of the game, they will get a win tonight.
They know they need to add to this lead, though, knowing that Newton North's not going to stop shooting threes. Yeah. And if they knock down 2 or 3 of them, just like that, they can be right back in the game. So you can't go to sleep in these final 147 into halftime. Critical final couple of minutes here for Coach Kendall Jones's players.
They'll stay the course. The way that defense is playing.
Dennis back in. The 2 pink-footed players match up at the point, and Simmons and Danis. Now the other pink-footed player, McMahon, matches up with Danis on the switch. Danis crosses over. McMahon face guarding her, nowhere to go. Scanlon.
There's no dribbling room.
13 seconds on the shot clock. Danis through a double team, kicks out. They go to the short corner. Good dribble, and that's a good play offensively. Draws the contact, and 2 free throws coming up for Nora Hamill.
Coach is going to have to draw up something in the locker room at halftime here.
It's only the second team foul. It's the first one whistled against Nefeli Agakich.
Miss on the free throw.
Not a lot of trips to the free throw line, but important ones, as Newton North just trying to get into double figures right now.
Newton North hasn't scored since the first quarter. Early in the first quarter.
Remember, Brookline led it by the slenderest of margins, but they have shut out the Tigers. But that might end here. A breakaway and a left-handed layup cashed in by Eva Mesher.
That's how they're going to get back in, generating turnovers.
They come out with a double team. Agakich is trapped, and she travels.
Yeah.
Drags the right pivot foot. At least as adjudged by our men in stripes this evening.
Create extra possessions.
50 seconds left. The way Newton North's been going, they could actually go 2 for 1 with a quick 3. I'd rather they get an effective shot, but the Tigers have been going as quickly as they can.
Well, the defense is speeding them up anyway, so they will get a quick shot.
Very nearly a foul. The 2 for 1 opportunity is gone. Dennis crosses over. Free throw line Jay off to the right-hand side, and Brookline can hold for 1 if they want to, as Agakich brings it into the front court. They don't look like they're holding for 1.
Now they are. No, she's definitely shooting that.
Yes, she is. Almost had it, but left it short. And Newton North, if they can get out of this, will have a chance to bring it to within 3 or bring it within 5 or 4. Ooh. Step back 3, Scanlon way off, but it will stay with the Tigers, and they will have plenty of time with 3.2 to trigger out of bounds.
It's a little rushed. This one's going to be rushed with 3 seconds.
3.2, Dennis inbounds. It'll take 9/10 off the shot clock, as that one tapped out of play by Olivia Matarazza. And this is going to be a tough spot to inbound. This is the coffin corner over here.
Go out that way and just dribble down. Heave it up.
2.3 to get off a shot. They throw it in deep.
Shot.
Pull up. Good if it goes. Hey. And it's a 3 at the horn.
That's
Eva
a momentum
Mesher.
shift. That hurts.
So Brookline shutting out Newton North until the final minute of the quarter, but the last 5 go to the Tigers, and they trim an 18-9 deficit to 18-14 at the intermission.
But they learned something very important in that last minute of offense. They learned how to break the defensive intensity of the Brookline High School team.
Brookline's cheerleaders take to the court as we thank our sponsors at this halftime. Viking Sports, Brookline Teen Center, and the Brookline Interactive Group Big. This is an ASPN HD production. Arlen Showstack, our producer and director, off to my right. My name is Mason Stelf, alongside Carrie Frazier, and we hit halftime. It's 18-14 Brookline. We will take a pause. When we come back, we will have some halftime stats, some analysis, some thoughts as we get ready for the second half of our second game tonight. Brookline dethroned by Newton North on the men's side earlier, but it is the Brookline women searching for the victory on senior night who lead it at the break here, 18-14. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is vaping? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes, look at that. You didn't turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you have to get it trending. Right, Backpack Kid?
Let's do it.
First, invite your kid to do the vape talk. Let's try this. All right.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I gotta get it trending, honey.
Come on.
To the left. To the right. Let's go.
Oh, honey, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
I see a lot of your friends vaping.
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Big also offers youth programs. We partner with Arts to Work, a national workforce development plan to mentor high school students through making their own short documentaries.
How
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. Victory. Fumble. Repeat. It always came back.
Okay, here we go, throw it! Yeah.
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Nice.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, like they can do it too, you know? I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
We welcome you back inside Schluntz Gymnasium. As Gary said, we are indeed back here for Brookline High School basketball. Halfway point of the women's matchup as Brookline trying to pick up the win on senior night. Leads at 18-14 over Newton North. My name is Mason Stelf. That's Gary Frazier. And Gary, that was really a tale of two quarters and really a tale of two halves of two quarters because Newton North started well, then Brookline responded. Then Brookline really controlled 7 of those 8 minutes in the second quarter, but Newton North got the last 5 points to make this a two-possession game again.
It's what makes basketball so beautiful, right? Because you just have to, Newton North had to figure out what they were doing, what they were seeing. And then once they figured that out, they went on a run. Like you said, they went on one, Brookline went on one run, then Newton North came back on the second run. They're trying to make me look good because I predicted a close game.
The dual sweaters are making you look good. I don't know how you're not drenched in sweat, but you look fly, my friend.
I'm trying to tell you because I'm not sweaty at all. Yeah, I'm a cool dude. That's how that goes.
Let's take a look at some stats from the first half as the future of Brookline basketball heads off the floor. You see for Brookline, Gravely, the senior, 5 quick ones, including a 3 early. Jada Kimbro has 5 as well. Gigi McMahon hasn't scored tonight, but does have 6 points, or 6 rebounds, I should say, with Wheeler 4 as well, and Kimbro and Simmons off the bench. Each have a helper. Meanwhile, for Newton North, that started well, cooled down, didn't score for 7 minutes in the second quarter, but then finished with the last 5, led by Ava Mesher's 7, including the buzzer beater at the tail end of half, number 1. Scanlon also with 3. That was the opening triple of the game. As a lot of threes were taken, not a lot were made, but enough to keep them in it. As Scanlon and Mesher, each with 3 and 2 rebounds respectively, and Ruane, the only assist of the game for Newton North in the first 16 minutes. So we are going to head back behind the desk as Half number 2 is about 4 minutes away. We'll still have some final thoughts before we tip off the second half in just a few minutes. But until then, thank you again to our outstanding sponsors. Thank you to our ASPN HD crew. Thank you to Gary to my left, and more basketball to come here on ASPN HD in partnership with Big.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. One in 3 adults has prediabetes, and you could be one of them. There are usually no signs for prediabetes, so it's important to understand your risk. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed, and you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
During high school, I hung with the wrong crowd and I never graduated.
I helped Santiago in many different ways, like all fathers do, because he always wanted to go to college.
I felt a little embarrassed to come back to school, but eventually, once I came here, I knew that it's for a bigger goal.
He was very dedicated, hardworking. He connected with his teachers, he connected with other students. That was one of the key reasons why he was able to keep forging ahead.
It was amazing to see him graduate. This was one thing that meant so much to him, and of course, it meant so much to us too.
With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed. That support is everything.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Last summer, Big offered sportscasting camp to middle and high school students. Here, kids learned the fundamentals of sportscasting, like using professional video equipment, directing, live switching, and commentating. We are excited to have it return this summer and to soon welcome more students year-round.
About a minute or so to go before we kick off the second half. It is interesting, Gary. We were talking just a minute ago about just the differences as the teams have come back out on the floor. Newton North loose, but really not a lot of intent to how they've warmed up to start this second half. A lot of threes, a lot of just meandering around and being social, whereas it was a lot of purposeful layup lines, jump shots, and then into the huddle for Brookline. Not saying that either way is the right way to do it.
I was about to say, you don't know what's going to come from that.
All I know is if those players on the perimeter for Newton North come out and start burying threes, I will probably start to defer to their train of thought. But
well, right, the live by the 3, die by the 3. So they died by the 3 in the first half. Maybe they'll live by it this time.
And yet they only trail by 4, courtesy of a 5-point spurt in the final 60 seconds. As you see the starting lineup return for Newton North, Briggs, Danis, Ruane, Scanlon, and Mesher. Ava Mesher beating the second quarter buzzer with the deep triple off of a good out-of-bounds trigger by Scanlon just in front of us. We're on that left baseline that you see as the team switch sides. There's Coach Kendall Jones, and Brookline in the home whites trimmed in red and blue get us underway, now moving toward the basket off to our left. Going up against Newton North, that's matched up in a little bit of a zone here. That looks like they went 1-3-1 zone out of the halftime break as that one gets to the corner. Floater in the lane, and nothing but net for Jada Kimbro.
Kimbro's going to have to do a lot more of that because she has the clear advantage.
That one only went right to a Warrior, so 2 quick ones. The lead is up to 6. 20-14 Warriors looking to pick up their first win on senior night. Celebrating this young woman, Gigi McMahon, along with Steph Gravely, who's in that right-hand corner. Calling for it, doesn't get it. They go the other way to Agakich. Here's Kimbro.
Don't hesitate.
Double team comes. Aga Kitch
It's a
lost her
trapping.
dribble. She's in trouble.
It's a trapping 1-3-1.
Able to step through it. Gravely to McMahon. 7 on the timer. Almost steps on the baseline. Pivots out of it. She's not going to shoot. Is she? Yes, she is. Always. Sharpshooter Steph can't knock that one down. But it's going to be a fresh 35 for Brookline.
Newton North, as you can see from the end of the first half, they created some extra possessions. They're trying to do the same here with the traps.
Steph Gravely with 5 points in that first quarter had the wide open look. She will not pass up an open one. She'll rarely pass up a contested one either, as that one looked good, just a little bit too strong. But Kimbro gets the weak side rebound. That's the toughest rebound to get, the one where it misses everything and takes the odd bounce right to Kimbro, and she's got 4 quick ones in the third.
Imposing her will, getting her team ready to go.
She's up to 9 to lead all scorers. Scanlon to answer, buries it.
What do we say? Live by the 3?
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing. Living, dying, and everything in between. It's all threes.
Gasping.
Kimbro as the 1-3-1 trap zone. Comes up with a steal, or nearly does. Aga Kitch comes up with it. Good thing that they did not reset the shot clock. That is the correct decision. Now 12 to shoot it for Brookline. Kimbro got to move the basketball. Aga Kitch crosses over to her right hand. 5 on the timer. That's a tough shot.
Yeah.
Good block. And it'll come the other way as Mesher got her hand on it. And now Mesher in the front court almost lost it out of bounds. Tries to feed Danis. That is a nifty pass, but a little bit too nifty for her teammates' liking. Aga Kitch last off of her.
Yeah, because she didn't throw it to her teammate.
It's true. 4 seniors and a sophomore. I can think you can probably guess which is the one that threw the pass. Sometimes those underclassmen try and do a little bit too much.
Could be a little jitter, too. Could it be a little jittery, you know. Sometimes you get nervous when you're young.
They will never tell you that, though.
Good rebound. Good rebound.
They fear nothing. If anything, us older generation fear them.
True. They got it all. I'm looking for seniors here, Stephanie, to kind of take over, at least impose, attack the rim.
Well, they have it all, just not a driver's license potentially.
It depends how old they are.
You don't really need one in Boston, though. Getting out of Brookline, you might as well walk it, because driving through Brookline, especially today, on a Friday afternoon, what's the point?
Yeah, that's not happening.
But these fans have certainly driven here and packed the stands off to our right.
And oddly enough, a lot of these fans stayed for both games.
It's exactly what we want to have, and hopefully some of you are tuning in for the second time this evening as well. We appreciate all of you. As Gravely, did she step on the sideline?
She did.
That's exactly what Newton North's head coach Todd Sundstrom was gesturing, and his Tigers will have the ball, but in a tough spot to inbound, and they throw it away, and now a jump ball will bring it to Brookline.
Nope. Newton North possession. So that's 2 extra possessions right in a row.
So they get the break with the possession arrow. Good inbounds pass. Good catch. Better finish.
Yeah. Okay.
Eva Mesher has been the best player on the offensive end, has really calmed things down when they've needed it for Newton North. Scanlon's hit a pair of threes, but Mesher has been the best player on that end. Turnover as Danis goes right into the contact. They call no foul on either team.
Jump.
And
Okay.
now the held ball will take it to Brookline indeed.
Brookline's having a little trouble figuring out the zone. They look a little bit disorientated as of right now, but let's see if they figure it out. Newton North is showing full court press here.
Newton led it 5-2, but then it became 19-9 as a long run was only broken with those last 5 points by Newton North at the tail end of the first half. They have closed to within a 3-point bucket, and that has been the shot attempt they've taken most as Danis tumbles to the ground and Gravely will commit the foul. Nothing that she could have really done, just strangled up with the legs.
She's got to do her thing here.
So far, foul trouble has not been a major factor. Newton North has barely penetrated inside the paint at all, which usually means less fouls.
Yeah, but that was in the first minute.
Midpoint of the third quarter. Three to tie us up, not close. Too strong off the backboard.
Newton North possession.
Third held ball in the last 2 minutes.
They're doing what they need to do to get back in the game here.
They have hung around, hit the shots they've needed to, and now it's Brookline's turn to try and find some answers on the offensive end, but first they will have to get a stop here. It's a box set for Newton North, baseline out of bounds toward that right-hand side as they view it.
Yep, swing it, rotate, screen, looking for the three to tie.
Danis.
It is.
Cash.
I got to tell you, she has a really pure shot.
And she's got some swagger, too.
Yes,
Not
she
just
does.
the powder pink shoes. We saw the pass she tried to pull off.
Why did I know you was going to say that?
Look,
the pink shoes.
There is no greater statement of a basketball player in 2024 than the style of their shoes.
Is it the style or the color?
Both.
Yeah, because now I'm noticing the color instead of the style. They
It's
only got like 4 real main shoes.
It's true, but, I mean, you know that people can rock their Currys, their Kobes, their LeBrons, their
Giannis.
Jordans, their I honestly can't tell what Giannis' signature style is, but okay, he's got a shoe too.
Yep.
What would a Gary Frazier look like? What would a Frazier look like?
It would definitely be a loud color. Like, okay. It would definitely have to have a sturdy Achilles heel. It would be a mid top. And then it could not be heavy. It'd have to be light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and fit really tight, almost like a Kyrie shoe.
Okay.
But it would definitely have to have some swag and some style. You would have to be able to wear it Monday through Sunday.
There you go.
Yeah.
I have a pair of Currys right now.
How about your shoe? What would your shoe look like?
It would also
be a Marbury.
No, it would not be a Starberry. I'm not selling my shoe for $15. What a great shoe that was, though. I remember that was all the craze when I was in junior high. Everyone had like 4 pairs of them because you could get 4 pairs for $60.
Yeah, I had them too. I remember my dad came home with the first pair. It was the white Starberries, and he was like, "Man, these shoes was $10."
Yeah, I had the white with blue trim, and I had the like royal blue with orange trim.
Yeah, and then yeah, those sneakers. I'm glad those aren't out anymore.
Yeah. No, I think mine would be a combination of that bright lime yellow, but offstate it with a little bit of blue and Danis around the back for no apparent reason.
She's got a swag going right now.
She does.
But Kimbro's keeping her in front.
I was going to say, if there's one person that can match her, it's Kimbro. The two of them are going at it. Tie game off the back rim. Another offensive rebound for Newton North. That's what they got a lot in the first quarter with second and third chances.
Yep.
Another 3. Same spot, same result.
There it is.
But a third chance for the Tigers.
I want to say number 14 for Newton North.
Danis.
Wow.
Yes.
That swag is really high right now. That 1-3-1 full court pressure is giving them problems.
And then a high arcing pass telegraphed as Scanlon read it. And both coaches jawing with the officials a little bit.
No. The coach is telling them to step back off the half-court line.
No coaches box here at the high school level.
A little gamesmanship, getting good with the ref.
They credited Danis with a 2-point bucket. That doesn't distinguish the celebration as Scanlon picks off a deflected pass, goes right the other way. Danis is open. That is going to be a blocking foul, I have to think, and it is.
The trapping and the second chance points have really impacted this game second half.
So it is 24-22, at least according to the scoreboard. Did not see the official signal, but at least on the scoreboard in the gymnasium here at Schluntz, it's 24-22 Warriors trailing Newton North. Now it is 25-22.
Are you calling out the team here?
No, I'm not.
Mistakes from the team?
Absolutely not.
We can't do that.
The score is correct.
Okay.
We were just waiting.
Yeah. No, they was just ahead of time.
It was foreshadowing.
Yeah, exactly.
precognition. Kimbro, as a Newton North player, goes flying into the Brookline bench. That one spins its way out as Scanlon, a little bit wild.
Yeah.
Good no call from the officials as they let them play through that. Kimbro lets the defender fly by. This third quarter has gotten a little bit wonky. Good step through move, but a travel is whistled against Matarazza. That's one of those step through moves that is okay in the NBA, but by the letter of the law is a travel.
But it was not a travel. It was a good step through move. Look, see, that's why, look, see, they talking about it. See, that was not a travel.
It's the question of whether you would judge that pivot foot changes on the step through.
Here comes the high school challenge. Oh, travel. I lost another one.
It's frustrating. It's one of those things where I'm guessing that the rule at this point is probably going to change fully because everyone knows these moves. It's the spin move, the Euro step, those step throughs by the big, and at this point, it's never called at the higher levels. I don't know why you'd have to call it at the high school level. You already call enough.
Well, how about we get 3 refs on the court first, and then so we don't miss so many calls.
How about Newton North shoots from somewhere other than that left 3? That's the 4th one in a row from that exact same spot. 25-22. Pass inside looking for Matarazza. Comes back out Kimbro. Another floater. She's hit 2 of those. Matarazza is fouled and one.
Rebounding is the key here.
And the captain comes up with a big bucket for the Warriors with 1:23 to go in quarter 3. And Matarazza can tie this basketball game with the old-fashioned three-point play.
We are in for a buzzer beater.
Well, we had one at the end of the second quarter. We had one at the end of the first quarter on Wednesday.
Brookline coming back with their own full court pressure.
Danis and Kimbro has been the greatest matchup to watch in this third quarter.
Yeah.
Kimbro.
They needed
still
that.
Sticking with Danis. Skip pass to the left wing. That's where they've been shooting from. Instead, they get the dribble drive and a good take inside.
Tell you what, that offense is humming right now.
Eva Mesher again. That was her bucket.
I'm going for the third challenge.
Foul on Eva Salem. We get unlimited challenges.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm gonna keep chucking them up.
Kimbro. She's going to be able to collect her own basketball, passes it to herself. We saw Lamar Jackson do that in the championship game. Threw it, tipped it, and then went and got it himself and rushed for 12.
Yeah, well, that's what you have to do when you're the MVP. Twice.
Just not in the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Instead, we got Brock Purdy.
Newton North has really active hands, but the energy feel like it's gotten low. They run inside to side, and that's how you break a trap. Make the defense shift.
Kimbro caught it, made up her mind, but then went right into a double team and then tried to change her mind.
35 seconds here. So do you hold for the last shot here, 35.5?
Newton North? Absolutely not.
35
Should they?
shot clock.
Yes.
Okay.
Will they? No.
Yeah.
Not if Curious Simmons has anything to say about it.
That's if they can get the ball down.
Simmons is a pest.
I like to call that a defensive Pat Beverly.
I love it. Pat Bev, now member of Giannis's Bucks.
Yeah, well, they haven't won since Doc Rivers started coaching, so.
And yet he's the all-star coach.
Yeah.
But Giannis is on my fantasy team, so that's fine.
One assist the whole quarter?
And 1 assist the whole first half, too.
Wow.
A turnover will give it to Brookline. This should be the final shot. But first, again, they have to break a little bit of pressure from Newton North as Wheeler.
That's a lot of isolation. 2 assists for the whole game.
Aga Kitch right through the middle, and Aga Kitch ping-bongs off of a player.
Full court shot.
Nope. wouldn't have counted anyway, although a little bit too much pressure for Matarazza. She certainly could have been called for a foul if the officials were in a less forgiving mood.
I think these officials are ready to go home.
Well, it might be a while because it is all square, 27-27 through 3 quarters of play. So there is no guarantees that this game ends in 8 minutes of game time. Want to thank our sponsors once again, Viking Sports, the Brookline Teen Center, and the Brookline Interactive Group, Big. This is an ASBN HD production in partnership with Big. Mason Stelf, Gary Frazier, here on this senior night, just west of the great city of Boston in Brookline, and these fans, nobody's left. Anybody that's left has been replaced by another body, and they are in for a barn burner of a finish.
It's a good game. Why would you leave? I'm keening in on the matchup between Kimbro and young lady number 24.
And Danis, yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking for them to really get busy now. And where are your seniors? In a game like this, last game of the year, last game of your career at home, where are the seniors?
Well, Gigi McMahon has been quiet offensively, but a rock defensively and on the glass. Kimbro is currently on the bench. They start with Simmons against Danis in the front court. Wheeler makes a tough catch. Matarazza is not a senior, but is in there as the junior captain as Danis comes up with the steal. Wraparound pass, finds a teammate who short-armed it. And Matarazza comes down with the rebound. It remains 27-27. Simmons. McMahon, double team comes, got to pivot out of it.
That corner.
It was last touched, and that is the right call. Brookline will get the basketball as Newton North stole it, but then dribbled it once on the red paint.
This trapping zone is giving them problems.
McMahon, wide open. There's the senior!
Yeah, okay. Showtime.
Hot shot Steph celebrates from the sideline as Gigi McMahon buries a triple to make it 30-27 Brookline.
And she may not have a lot, but she's definitely impacting the game with important shots.
So has this young woman, Scanlon, who's buried a couple triples herself, pulls up for another one. Not sure if she got hit. I don't know how she didn't. That's either a touch or she was fouled because that barely reached the paint. It's credited as a block, obviously.
And she has a lot of rebounds, too. She got at least 6 rebounds.
Got to get the ball in. They do, but they throw it right to Brookline as McMahon comes up with the steal. McMahon, 6 points, 7 rebounds.
I'm looking for a 10-10.
Wheeler, line drive, no. For all the moon shots her teammates have, she has got a laser beam.
Newton North needs a convert here. They need a bucket. You got to be careful. The momentum's shifting a little bit.
Danis with 90 seconds gone in the fourth.
Smart.
Loses her dribble. Gives it up to Scanlon, who's being hounded by Wheeler. Timeout by Newton North.
Yeah, that went stagnant for sure.
Well, you can tell that Coach Sundstrom recognizes the importance of this possession too, Gary.
Exactly. Well, when you trap all game, you get tired. So you got to give one for the other, right? You either go all out on the defensive end and give up something on the offensive end.
So Newton North uses the timeout. I believe both teams should have a pair of timeouts remaining entering this final 6-18.
This is gonna be a pretty exciting 6 minutes. If the two teams can keep it within 5 to 6 points for the next 6 minutes, you're gonna have an exciting finish.
Well, neither of these teams have played a lot of close matchups this season, but they know that this game would have been circled, not just for the conference, not just for the rivalry, but knowing that if there's a win to be had, it's tonight.
It's tonight.
And both teams have, at times, played like the best team on the floor and at times have given up runs. Which team is going to finish on that final run?
Man, I'm looking. This is way off track, but I'm looking for the crowd to get up and do some cha-cha slides.
I'm with you.
Okay?
As many people as are in the stands right now, it is too quiet.
Yeah, for sure. And your team is winning.
So Newton North to trigger. Danis catches that one right before midcourt. And a whistle off the ball will reset the shot clock. It was down to 10. Fouls should not be a major issue down the stretch here, as there's really not been a lot of dribble penetration, so fouls haven't been anything to worry about. That's only the first personal foul of the entire game on Ivy Wheeler.
Oh, that's because it's a turnover competition.
Turnovers and shots from three. McMahon went in there for the steal, ended up getting armed too, and Scanlon will head to the line for a pair, trying to draw this back within a single point.
I haven't seen a lot of free throws hit, though, from Newton North. How many have they taken? What, 4, 5?
And gets a very friendly bounce.
What are they shooting, 50% or something like that? Less than 70%?
I think this is only the 6th or 7th trip. But both are knocked down. It is 30-29. We'll get those free throw numbers for you, but
yeah, see?
3 for 7.
Less than 60%.
Communicated by our stat man extraordinaire, Stu Sclaver. Gigi McMahon into the paint, right into the body, draws contact, and she'll go to the line for a pair.
In a close game, I'm not a fan of the 1-3-1 full court pressure, because you're going to give up some open spots in the short corners, right? Once you break that first lane or that first line of defense, you got a 2-on-1, 3-on-2.
There is no spot on the floor more dangerous and more underrated than those short corners.
Yeah.
Just something that doesn't get attacked enough, in my opinion, but
doesn't even get practiced.
It's true. It's so true. McMahon splits the 2, makes it 31-29. So the lead is 2. As Gravely returns, you get the 2 seniors in there together. Pull up, ties the game.
There it is. Back
Eva Mesher has had every single answer.
This middle defender needs to stay back a little bit.
Scanlon has hit her threes. Danis has shown her flashes. But Mesher has been the best player on the floor for Newton North. A lot of contact, no call. Mesher into the front court. Scanlon for the lead. Banks it in.
You got to make that call.
And a huge swing of momentum as a missed call on one end leads into a banked-in 3 from the wing on the other. Kimbro, yes!
There it is. She's not giving that up.
Ice in her veins. 34-34 in a classic Bruin here in Brookline.
Well, Newton North get a lead. They got to get out of that full court.
Scanlon, another!
Now they're living by the 3.
That is Scanlon's 4th 3 and 2nd in as many possessions. She has 14. Got to get it in the front court, and they overshoot their man as Gravely throws it over Agakic's head. Newton North basketball. 4:36, a long time, but it feels like we're already in crunch time.
Every possession counts right now, for sure, in a game like this, especially when there's so many turnovers. See, every possession counts.
Danis almost turned it over, gets it to the weak side. Looking for the pass, Salem. Back to Danis. Kimbro shadowing her everywhere she goes, and that is going to be a foul on Mataraza as she gives the personal, and that will allow Misher to get a baseline side out.
The officials are calling all the ticky-tack fouls right now.
The second on the captain Mataraza. Gravely will guard the inbounds on this right wing. Scanlon had it go right through her arms and picked up by McMahon.
Got an open shooter over here in the corner. Open shooter.
Against the 1-3-1, that's where you're going to find him. McMahon takes it and makes it.
Senior McMahon.
We're tied again.
She's hitting some big shots.
Another one. Not this time. Second chance, though. Third chance. Scanlon, does she have another?
Wow.
Yes, she does!
Wow, that's her spot. I think that's at least 2 or 3 from that spot.
3 in the quarter, 17 in the
Kimbro, do your
game.
thing. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. How can you not make that call? How can you not make that call?
One of the two?
Yeah. It definitely was a block. That's
it was either an and one or a charge, and they call neither, and it's 40-39.
Wow.
This game has completely gone off the rails in the best possible way.
One more swing.
Scanlon again.
No, that's not
Too
her
strong.
spot. That's not it.
But the offensive rebound, and it's Ava Mesher again. Scanlon may be the team's leading scorer, but Mesher has just been the go-to in the big moments.
I don't know, partner. That's 4 shooting fouls called in 4 straight possessions.
So Mesher will head to the line. Critical free throws.
Those missed calls can deflate a team in a game like this.
But they have to somehow put it behind them.
Yep.
That was very nearly a violation, and they get it. Agakic stumbled.
A little bit of mental fatigue happening right now.
And so a second chance at it.
Coach sees it. Coach sees it.
Timeout, Kendall Jones. He will have 1 left. His team will feel a little bit hard done by.
He's going to need that timeout, too. But the good thing I was just going to say, they're only down by 2.
And everybody seems to be one-upping each other in terms of big shot after big shot. Every shot Brookline has made, Newton North has answered, and vice versa.
We're in for a good one here.
This game has not gotten outside of 1 possession either way the entire 4th quarter. We entered this 4th quarter tied up, and it's remained close. It is 41-39, Newton North trying to do the double. Won the varsity men's game by a final tally of 66-49 earlier.
I'm looking. Well, your seniors have stepped up, but I'm also looking for Kimbro to maintain. Like, she has the advantage. Like, no one can guard her.
This looks like the lineup that Coach Jones is going to ride the rest of the way, with the 2 seniors, Gravely and McMahon, along with Kimbro, Agakic, and Matarazza. This is the starting 5 we've seen throughout. Wheeler has come off the bench a little bit to shoot 3s, and we've seen Simmons as well, as that one short-armed a bit. So the second effort does not pay dividends, and it results in a foul as Salem commits the foul Scanlon, a mile from the basket.
Can I just commend you on your memory? Because you got all them names down. Okay.
I appreciate that.
I'm
Been
about to
doing
call
this for a little while.
Yeah, I'm about to call ESPN for you.
Please do. After the
Shot.
game, we need to see how this one finishes as Agakic hits the ceiling and finds its way to the bottom. 1-point lead for the Warriors.
This gym has definitely come alive.
There's the fans. Danis and Kimbro jockeying up top.
Nothing like a big shot to infuse a little energy.
You would never know that these teams are searching for their first wins. These teams are ready to go in the big moment.
There it is.
Salem into the paint. The runner is good.
Shot for shot. Who gonna get the most stops?
We trade a lead again. Agakic, McMahon, Matarazza try to post up on Scanlon, not there. Gravely.
But Brookline has the advantage right now. They didn't. Newton North switched to the man-to-man.
Inside 2 minutes to go. 15 on the shot clock. Kimbro calls out the play. Right hand dribble.
Spread them out.
McMahon on Salem. Backs her in. Goes into the double team. Mesher comes away with it. Fast break. Newton North. Mesher pulls up and scores.
That was big push. Look up, look up, look up.
Agakic, head down, is stripped. It will stay here. She had an open shooter.
She had an open lane as well.
She did.
So she took that.
Still 30 seconds on the shot clock. Only 2 fouls in this quarter on Newton North. Just 4 on
Thing is, take the
Brookline.
Take the first best shot here with 1.5 minutes left.
Got to get it in, and that's 5.
That's a quick count.
And Coach Jones unable to call the timeout. Believe he has one left, but electing not to use it in a 1-possession game, knowing that it may be more valuable later here. They have to reset that shot clock. That's why there's that whistle. Newton North, with some pressure being applied, will inbound it below their own basket.
This is going to be a scramble right here, searching for the turnover.
Danis back
Get
to
in front.
Bacall. Bacall, Danis claps for it, gets it across the timeline. Crossover, big shot, and it missed it, but a second chance effort for Bacall. It was a great crossover, but probably could have waited a little bit longer to milk time off the clock, and I think that's exactly what Coach Sundstrom's going to talk about.
That is, with 1 minute and 6 left, 29 seconds, you essentially make it a 1-possession game.
So Danis, nearly with the highlight reel crossover of the night, gets bailed out with an offensive rebound by Nina Bacall, who's into the game for both defense as well as just ball handling. Get the extra ball handler out there. But a crazy game.
Main thing is Brookline coming out on defense side. They don't have to panic. Just apply a little bit of pressure. Don't foul, because then fouling makes it a 2-possession game. Just play solid defense. Get the miss. Secure the rebound. And you still don't need a 3. You just need to stop.
The shot clock's at 29, so the other thing you have to think about is you're at 4 fouls right now. So the next one will result in free throws. But you play this straight up if you can, get the stop, and then you go for the first best shot. It does not need to be a 3 with still a full minute to go. But first they need Danis to get teed up by Kimbro, and they call it for an arm bar.
That's not what they needed.
Well, the only thing that's good about that
Stop the clock.
Is that if you're going to foul, you might as well foul quickly.
Yeah. Hope for a miss here.
Rather that than having the entire clock tick down and then the foul. So Danis misses the first.
There it is.
And now the biggest box out of the game for Brookline. Newton North.
This Dana, she got ice in her veins though.
Newton North has survived on 3s and second chances. And Danis rattles it in.
That's ice. That's a lot of chill.
So it is a 2-possession game. A 3 is not necessary, but you need to move fast.
Go fast, straight to the basket, because they can't foul. There
Kimbro,
it is. They're gonna give
right
it
to the
you.
cup, but she doesn't use the window. And Kimbro misses the layup.
That's okay. You still got plenty of time.
A foul on the rebound will bring us to the other end of the floor. And again, at this point, you're looking to extend the game. So 51 seconds is a long time, but what they need is Nina Bacall to miss at least one of the 2. She makes them both. Now you're facing a 6-point game, and things look hard.
6-point game is still only 2 possessions, though.
But then you have to make the decision if it is 6.
Yeah.
Do you go for 2 or do you have to go 3?
I think with 51 seconds left, you still go for the 2.
I'm with you. If you can do exactly what Kimbro did on the last possession, you do that.
Yeah.
Because she got a wide open layup. She just had an awkward angle on it.
You just got to push it. Like, go. Just go straight to the rim.
50 seconds. Kimbro loses her dribble, picks it up again, misses another one. And measure who else comes up with a big rebound. Matarazza has to give the foul, and Newton North, if they make these 2, are almost there.
These are crucial.
The only problem is that there had to be a loser. Both teams have played with remarkable fight.
I mean, they're going after, this is what we said at the beginning of the show. They're going after that first win. We knew both teams is motivated. It's a rival game.
The door opens slightly. Mesher misses the first. She misses this one. It stays at 2 possessions.
I wish I had some stats so I could give it the curse.
She's got it. 7-point lead, Newton North. Kimbro. Final timeout called by Coach Kendall Jones.
Now you almost have to go for the 3.
In the half, Mesher 7 points in this quarter to lead Newton North. It's been all Scanlon and Mesher, the two of them combining for 34 points, 17 apiece. Kimbro with 14 to lead all scorers for Brookline. McMahon has chipped in with 10 points, 8 rebounds on her senior day. But it's going to be difficult, down by 7 with 33.3 to play.
Yep. I mean, she tried to will her team in, McMahon. I think the turnovers was just a little bit too much.
And Scanlon got hot.
Yeah.
Hit those 3 triples from the exact same spot on the floor on that left wing in the middle part of this quarter to create that separation. And then it wasn't the greatest free throw shooting performance for the Tigers, but they made enough of them down the line to make a 1-possession game, a 2-possession game, and now a 2-possession game, a 3-possession game. With the shot clock, just 3-second differential between the two, but Brookline needs a shot and they need one quickly. Agakich pulls up, has to have it, doesn't. Kimbro stepped on the baseline, and now it's all but over.
Yeah. But I'm glad I got this game.
Absolutely. Newton North, as Kimbro gives the foul to Dennis, appears to be on the cusp of sweeping the doubleheader on this Friday night in Brookline. It has been a difficult stretch for these athletic programs at Newton North due to the Newton Public School Teachers strike that ended recently, but only just got back to school within the last few days, just resuming their athletic seasons, missing a half dozen's worth of games, having to essentially change their entire vacation schedule to make up the days that they missed. But
so if you're a senior
firing.
and you missed that many games, did they give you your eligibility back?
I don't know if they necessarily, I mean, some people think high school is the best 4 years of their life. I would not be one of those people, but it is tough to leave these friends and teammates that you've built over the last few years. And again, 4 of these 5 starters for Newton North are seniors. The only one that's not is Dennis, and I cannot wait to see her grow and improve over these next couple of years.
Yeah, well, you talk about rebuild. If they got 0 wins this year and they're all seniors.
Meanwhile, Brookline is in the opposite boat, where they just have the 2 seniors, and losing Gravely and McMahon will be difficult. But Coach Jones is very optimistic about the growth and development of just about everybody else on his team that's going to be coming back. As Scanlon comes up with the offensive rebound, and that will do it.
Scanlon's the MVP for sure. She definitely has a double-double.
She certainly got close.
100%.
Between Mesher and Scanlon, the 2 of them carry this Newton North team on the backs of 3-point shooting and offensive rebounding. They get the job done. It ends up in a 9-point win, but Gary, it was not a 9-point game. This was tight throughout, and it's certainly a fun one to call and watch.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely didn't change until about the 3 to 4 minute mark, 3-minute mark of the 4th quarter. I think just the turnovers just was a little too much. Brookline, just the maturity was just a little bit too much, like just sustaining the game a little bit, but it definitely was a game to watch, a game to stay on top of. It was enjoyable, all of that good stuff.
So we're going to send to break here. We have some final formalities to do, including a conversation, hopefully, with our players of the game. But it's a final score here, 51-42, Newton North over Brookline. We'll be on the other side to wrap things up here on ASPN HD and Big.
Good game.
Dear moms and dads, we know it's not always been easy, and it's been a lot of hard work. What you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas. Everything I do it for you. Mom, love you always. No, it's true. Everything I do it for
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
I immigrated to America when I was 20 from a country called Uruguay. I have two careers. I'm in the Army Reserves, and I have a civilian career as an engineer. And I have two wonderful children. Every day is a challenge to make sure that the time that I have, I spend with them. It doesn't matter how tired you are, you have to be there. You have to be present for them. You have to try to teach them when they learn something new and it just clicks in their brain. I just realized I could do this. And you can just see in their faces. It's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years and I got my third child who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Bring it.
Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home. Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one?
I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
Man, it's lonely. Like, going through life lonely.
There is the therapeutic aspect of music, just expressing how you feel. I'm going to talk to Howie about his feelings, make it into a song.
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is him. Every day he's hungry for something. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that he's a good person. I think the advice I would give is you don't need to know all the answers. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, then it kind of starts to work itself out.
And we welcome you back here to Schluntz Gymnasium. Joined now by our player of the game for Newton North, Maggie Scanlon. Maggie, that had to be a really fun game to play. How'd you knock down all those threes in the fourth quarter and come out with a victory?
I mean, all of us just were working our butt off to really keep pushing. It was a tiring game. We were exhausted, and I'm just really proud of all of us. It wasn't just me, it was the entire team, so I'm really proud of all of us.
Humble. Okay. Now we was talking off camera, but talk to us a little bit about what that felt like being a senior and in your last moments and in this gym for a rivalry.
I mean, just putting everything on the court, you can't really hold back, especially because I won't be playing on like a team like this next year. I'm just really working on putting everything I have physically possible into the games and playing well. So
is it more important for you to have the double-double or the win?
The dub. Definitely the win. Definitely the win.
Okay. Thank you for being honest.
It would not feel like I played well if we didn't win as a team. And again, it's not just me, so that's fine.
Good.
I know this hasn't been a typical last month for anyone attending Newton Public Schools, but you come back. It's been a tough week. You got a number of games that you're trying to get in. You're getting back to school as well. But to come in and to win this game and to win it the way you won it, how good does that feel?
Really, really good. We all worked our butt off during the strike, too, on our own. And so it feels good to see it pay off, and no one's giving us excuses. No one's letting us off the limb because we had 2 weeks off of school. So we just have to come in here and kick butt. It doesn't matter. No one's giving us an extra chance.
Maggie, thank you very much.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Good luck in Vermont.
And now we bring in Jada Kimbro, our player of the game for Brookline. Jada, I know the result isn't what you wanted, but that had to be one of the most fun games to play in terms of the competitiveness and the intensity down the stretch.
Yeah, it was. I feel like it was one of the best because we really wanted to win it for the seniors, but it was just a really fun game for us, and we just wanted to put it all out there. So.
Yeah. First of all, great game, right? I love the competitive drive. Well, I couldn't even do my job because I was watching the one-on-one competition between you and the other young lady. What was that? Explain that a little bit, you know?
I just feel like we both want it, like to score, and we want it, so we're just both very aggressive with each other, and I don't know. I just feel like we just both really want it to win.
Yeah,
so.
And don't hang your head, man. You did a great job. I know at the end, last couple possessions, but you did a great job. So,
thank you so
yeah,
much.
absolutely.
Thank you.
You're
Talk
welcome.
a little bit, last question, about your two seniors, Steph and Gigi. How important have they been to this team as you look to build and grow throughout the course of your career as this team grows throughout its career?
For Gigi, this is my first year playing with her. And over the season, I built a really good connection with her, and I love playing with her. She just has such great energy. She's just such a great captain, and she just puts it all out there, and she's always there for you. And Stephanie, I've known her for a while, and getting to play with her also for the first time, we just had that connection, and just being able to be with my two favorite people is just one of my best things.
Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank
we appreciate
you.
it.
Yeah. Last question. You ready to lead next year?
Yeah.
Okay.
She certainly is. Oh, two outstanding young women. They make us look
easy,
yeah, right?
My God, yeah.
That was the first interview for her ever.
Yeah.
In terms of
some people are just ready.
Right? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, ultimately, an outstanding basketball game. That was some of the most high-quality basketball we've seen, certainly from these two teams, but in terms of the high school games I've watched this year, back and forth, threes, drives, fouls, free throws. Game had it all.
Game had it all. I think, I love doing these type of games. You can't replace them, you know what I mean? So I appreciate it. I can't wait to do it again and, just get back to it.
So we take a look at the final stats from this one. First for Brookline, you see Jada Kimbro, our player of the game for the Warriors, 14 points to go along with those 7 rebounds, despite playing the point guard spot. Some absolute duels with Danis in the point guard position. Also chipped in with an assist, Gigi McMahon on her senior day, 10 points, 8 rebounds, and Kitch as well with a couple of assists. Meanwhile, for the victorious Tigers, who do the double between the men earlier and the women tonight, Scanlon, who is one of the most well-spoken young women I've talked to in a very long time. 17 points, along with Mesher, who seemed to have every single big shot along with Scanlon. Both of them with 17 apiece. Scanlon going along with 6 rebounds. Mesher had 5, and Scanlon and Mesher 1, 2, and assists as well with 2 and 1. That's a very small sample. There were other players, but those two carried the load in every category.
The load. They would not let them lose. You heard the intensity that she came with. She's a senior. She was not going to let that happen.
Well, it has been an outstanding night of basketball here inside Schluntz Gymnasium. We want to thank you all so much for tuning in, whether for the men's game earlier or for the women's game now, which was an absolute classic. Want to thank our outstanding sponsors, Viking Sports, the Brookline Teen Center, and BIG, the Brookline Interactive Group as well. And of course, our outstanding ASPN HD crew that has been here since very early in the day to put on this doubleheader for your enjoyment. So for our outstanding crew and everybody supporting us from the wings and from afar, for my partner Gary Frazier, my name is Mason Stauff saying so long from Schluntz Gymnasium in Brookline. It's a double for Newton North as they sweep the doubleheader. They take the men's game by 16 and the women's game by 9.